Can Zeke deke again? I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting San Francisco 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. With that, let's get up to Atlanta. We're standing by at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they are hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Lucky 56. Gone!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they just held them to a field goal. So to them, that was an almost complete performance, because, you know, when you really shut someone out, that's complete. But that's pretty darn good, isn't it?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now back to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one results in 35 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On the counter, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll set up a throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Now let's go. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. A nice job of bringing that in, but why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination between him and the quarterback, because both of them should have seen that room that was available, that space. Stop your route a little bit shorter, put it on him, and let him turn and get upfield.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for the Niners. 73 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
No. Check. Patriot. Gone.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Now a toss play. It's Harris. Busts through the tackle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gone. Detroit.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Set.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Gone.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Gone.
Looking to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, But that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Again to Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit, Detroit.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
3-19. 3-19.
After After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
No, check.
A first down carry by Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go.
They go to Elliott again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to
Here
him.
we go now. Green, 39.
He'll drop to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 and a first down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
Green 39.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. Now back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Boom, landed.
He'll look to throw. Going left side here, and it's complete. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. It's their quarterback. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Switch.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A dump off to Elliott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go. Green.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
The give is to Elliott. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot, and the Falcons are going to win the game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the